When my husband, Chuka, died, I thought my world had ended. He was my best friend, my strength, my everything. For 12 years, we had built our lives together, from a tiny apartment in Enugu to a beautiful duplex in Lekki. We had no children, but our love was strong enough to fill every silence. Or so I thought. The day of the reading of his will was supposed to bring closure. Instead, it opened a wound so deep that even time could not heal it. The lawyer, an elderly man named Barrister Ume, sat across from me in his office. My younger sister, Amara, sat quietly beside me, holding my hand. She had been a great support through the funeral. She cooked, comforted me, and handled most of the visitors when I couldn't. But that morning, she was strangely nervous. Her fingers trembled slightly, and she avoided my eyes. The lawyer cleared his throat, adjusted his glasses, and began to read. I, Chuka Obieze, being of sound mind and memory, hereby declare this to be my last will and testament. He listed a few donations, some money to the church, some to an orphanage. Then the words that shattered my peace forever. I bequeath all my properties, assets, and investments to my dear sister-in-law, Amara Nodo, whom I regard as my only heir. For a few seconds, I didn't understand what I had just heard. I looked at the lawyer, then at Amara. Wait, what did you just say? I asked. My voice cracked like glass. The lawyer repeated it gently. Your husband named your sister, Amara, as his only heir. I turned to her. Amara, what is this? Did you know about this? Her eyes filled with tears. Nah, please don't misunderstand. I didn't know he would do that. My head spun. The room seemed to tilt. The man who had promised me forever had left everything to my own sister. That night I couldn't sleep. My mind replayed every memory. Their laughter at family gatherings, how often he complimented her cooking, how he used to say, Amara reminds me of you when you were younger. Was this something between them? No, impossible, I told myself. Amara was my blood. She would never betray me. But still, I couldn't ignore the whispers in my head. A week later, I visited the lawyer again. Barrister, please, can you tell me when this will was written? He looked at the document. 2 months before his death. 2 months? I whispered. That was around the time Chuka had gone on a business trip to Abuja. Amara had also traveled that week. She said she was visiting a friend in the same city. My heart sank. Barrister, is it possible for someone to influence a will? He looked uneasy. Madam, it is possible, but difficult to prove, unless you find strong evidence. I decided to investigate quietly. I went through his phone records, his laptop, his documents. Days turned to weeks. I found nothing unusual. No love messages, no suspicious calls. Then one evening, while searching through his emails, I found something that froze me. A message from Amara sent just 3 weeks before his death. It read, Please don't do anything foolish. I never asked for this. I just want peace in the family. He replied, I know, Amma, but it's my decision. You've been more like a daughter to me than anyone else. If anything happens to me, I want you to take care of her. Tears rolled down my cheeks as I read those lines. Maybe I had judged too quickly. Was it possible that my husband left everything to her, not because he loved her more, but because he trusted her to protect me? I went to see Amara the next morning. She was living in the smaller house Chuka had bought in Suka, the one I hadn't visited in years. She looked surprised when she saw me. Sis, she began. I saw the emails. I interrupted softly. Tell me the truth, Amara. Why did he name you? She burst into tears. Because he didn't want you to suffer from his family after his death. I frowned. What do you mean? You know his brothers never liked you. They said you couldn't give him a child. He told me that if he left everything in your name, they would fight you, take you to court, and destroy your peace. He made me promise that I would protect everything for you, even if the world misunderstood. I stood frozen. Then she brought out a brown envelope and handed it to me. Inside were several documents, land papers, property deeds, and a letter from Chuka. The letter read, "My beloved Ada, if you are reading this, it means I am no longer with you. Forgive me for the pain this will cause you, but I had to do it this way. I know my brothers and I know the world we live in. If I left everything directly to you, they would fight you mercilessly. But they would never fight Amara. She is my shield for you. Everything I leave in her name is yours. Our home, our accounts, everything. She knows this and has promised to protect you. Live freely, my love. Don't hate her. She's your guardian now. Chuka." I couldn't hold back the sobs. I cried like a child, clutching that letter to my chest. All the anger, suspicion, and bitterness dissolved into gratitude and grief. My husband had not betrayed me. He had protected me even from beyond the grave. Amara held me, crying too. She said, "I didn't want to tell you immediately. He made me promise to wait until you were strong enough." For the first time since his death, I felt peace. Months later, I sold one of the smaller properties and started a charity foundation in Chuka's name, the Obieze Love Foundation. Amara became my partner in running it. We dedicated it to supporting widows and childless women just like me. Women society often mocks or overlooks. Every year on his birthday, we visit his grave together. I always place a single rose and whisper, "Thank you, my love, for loving me your own way." Moral lesson. Sometimes love doesn't always come in the way we expect. True love plans for your safety even when it seems to hurt you. Trust, patience, and forgiveness reveal truths that anger can never uncover.